Hello students, welcome to e-learning. Today we are going with chapter 5 poverty. In this we are going to start with our second lecture as we have already completed first lecture. So here we are going to learn about nature of poverty. We have seen there are two types of nature of poverty, that is absolute poverty and relative poverty. So today we are going to learn about absolute poverty in detail. So let's start with our topic. So before that, just a quick revision about what are the different types of nature of poverty. So what is absolute poverty? You find that there are two types: absolute poverty and relative poverty. And absolute poverty means what? You find that there is a population which are having income or expenditure below the poverty line. Means the poverty line is been measured, the minimum expenditure, consumption expenditure is been measured, and we categorize that particular expenditure, or we can say that much income, if a person does not attain or does not earn in particular day or particular month, you find that they are coming under poverty, or we can say that is absolute poverty or complete poverty. So this is how you find that absolute poverty is all about. Then after we have studied about relative poverty. What is relative poverty? You find that this in that concept here, the inequality has been existing in the society. Like you find that we live in a society, and you find that in your society, suppose you are living in a society, in your society there are different class of income earners are there, and compared to that, suppose your father income is less and another person's or another society members income is more. So you find that you find yourself as a relatively lower income than their incomes. So this is how relative poverty has been working about. Now let's go with the absolute poverty in detail. So the concept of this absolute poverty came help us to categorize which are the people living, or which are the society of a group of people living below poverty line and above poverty line. So we can first calculate how the poverty is been poverty line, we have to measure that, and then after we have to measure that how many people are there below poverty line and above poverty line. Then you find that we have to target. Now when we get the data about that how many people are under poverty, so you find that below poverty line, you need to target them, and government try to target and try to frame that particular policies which will help this particular absolute poverty people, or those people who are not able to earn their daily living on minimum consumption. Okay, so consumption expenditure or income is not earned for their expenditure for the daily wages, that is not been earned. So for that, absolute poverty is all about. Then you find that here the poverty line is being told. So minimum consumption expenditure required to fulfill minimum physical amount of cereal, pulses, milk, butter, or we can say minimum necessary goods. This all goods which we require for day-to-day life, and that particular consumption is been not attained, or we need to calculate that how much is been the consumption required for this particular thing for a person. So if it has been calculated, that is poverty line. If the person is earning less than that particular, they are coming below poverty line. So this is how they try to categorize their we can say poverty, above poverty and below poverty, and we can know those people who are coming under poverty line. Then you find that in ICMR. What is ICMR? Indian Council of Medical Research. So you find that Indian Council for Medical Research, that is a team which have initiated in the starting years of independence, and they started calculating this particular consumption expenditure. Now we find that they have calculated in a different area wise, like sector wise, rural areas, we can say urban area. So for rural area, it was 2400 calorie per person per day. Means one person who is working in rural area, they require a day consumption of 2400 calories for working for one day or living for one day. So that has been there. Then in coming to the urban area, you find 2100 calories per person per day is been required, which will help them to live their living. So this is how you find that the categorize will be made on the calorie basis apart from money. So you find that this is what the consumption should be there for a rural person living in a rural area, and an urban person or person living in a urban area. So that was been done in, we can say, in the 1969. Now again they have calculated rupees 20 was been measuring poverty line, means rupees 20 who are not earning, that is per month that time. Okay, not this time, that time rupees 20 was a big amount. So for rupees 20, if a person is not earning less than, a person is earning less than 20 rupees per month, you find that they are coming under poverty line. So 20 line is a margin line who can categorize, like if your income is lower than 20, you are coming under poverty. if your income is more than 20 per month, okay, they are coming in a good category or having a good standard of life. You are not coming under poverty. So this is how you find that this particular categorizer is been done, and it was been done by Planning Commission in 1969. Remember that this particular thing has been done by Planning Commission in 1969. Then comes Dandekar and Rath. These are the two members of ICMR who measured the poverty with the method. Like they have measured with the method on taking in the basis of 1961, 61. You find that in rural areas, rupees 15 per day per capita month, or we can say rupees 15 per capita per month money was being done. Means in 1960-61, that time their bases have taken, and that time they found that 15 rupees, if they are not earning in rural areas, they are coming under poverty. And so on with coming with the urban areas, you find 22.50 per month. If they are not earning per person, they are coming under poverty. So this is how you find that the calculations were made, and this was the data which we are going to know. So we have to know with that the two members are Dandekar and Rath of ICMR. Okay, then after you find that they have calculated on the measurement basis, and then after they have measured, and it was in rural area 15 rupees per capita per month, and urban areas 22.50 per capita per month, and that is in the on taking as a base year 1960-61. Okay, in the previous one, last slide, you find that rupees 20 was being done, that was the poverty line was being done by Planning Commission in 1969. This is by the ICMRI. Okay, then comes the, you find that under the chairmanship what all things happened. That is Professor D.T. Lakdawala was the professor, and he was the chairman under this ICMR, and they estimated in 1993. So it was in rural area 49 rupees per capita income, and in urban area 57 per capita income, or we can say per person per month income was been there. If they are able to satisfy, if they are able to earn this much money, they are able to satisfy, and that's why we can say those people are not coming under poverty, those who are earning more than 49 rupees in rural area and 57 rupees in urban area. So this was under the, later on under the Professor D.T. Lakdawala, we can say. Then comes Professor Suresh Tendulkar. Okay, he submitted a report to the government, and redefined the measuring rod, and means they have again checked the poverty line, and they have measured again the poverty about this in 2000 year, and it was in 2000 year Professor Suresh Tendulkar reported to the government about the poverty line. And now in that particular, he has included we can say expenditure on education and health also. Before it was only for consumption basis, only for how much food we take it, that was the basic necessary things. But now you find that as we have studied about the modern we can say non-income poverty, that is modern meaning of poverty, you find that in that we have find that education, health plays an important role, you find that freedom of choice plays an important role, you find that knowledge plays an important role. So these were the factors included, and in that Professor Suresh Tendulkar has given the report. Now the consumption of calories were been there, here it is being told in 2000 year that the per capita monthly expenditure, consumption expenditure for the rural area is 816, whereas in urban area it is 1000, which is been decided, and it has been calculated. Means for 1000 rupees in 2009, or we can say 2011-12, you find that it was 1000 for urban areas and 816 for rural areas. So these were the measures, or the we can say data which are been collected by different persons in different areas. So you have to go with first Dandekar and Rath in 1960-61, taking the base, they have measured 15 rupees and 22.50 rupees. Then comes under the chairmanship of Professor D.T. Lakdawala, you find that 49 rupees and 57 rupees in the year 1993. Then comes Professor Suresh Tendulkar in 2009, redefining the measuring rod of poverty line, and that time the poverty line was including with the modern meaning, and you find that education and health also plays an important role, and on the basis of that consumption expenditure changed in 2000 year and 12, that is about 816 in rural area and 1000 in urban area. So this was all about absolute poverty measuring. Now let's data. Now let's go with how measurement of absolute poverty was done in India. Here you find that according to NSSO, that is National Sample Survey Organization, in the year 2004 and 5 measured that the poverty was 37.20%, which reduced to 21.90% in the year 2011 and 12. So from 2004 to 2011 the poverty has been reduced. How much? From 37.20 to 21.90. So you find that poverty has been, compared to the time has gone, the poverty has been reducing. So here the survey, economic survey of 2015-16 data has been taken up, and here the columns are being given, that is poverty 2004, 2005 and 2011 and 2012. So here the sectors are divided into two, that is rural areas and urban areas. So here you find in rural areas in 2004 it was 41.8. So more than 40% of the people were there who are not getting the daily food, they are under poverty, which reduced to 25.7% in 2011 and 12. Same way in urban area you find that in 2004 it was 25.7%, which reduced to 13.7% in 2011. So this is how it was by the sector wise, that is you can find in rural area and urban area. But when you come to the overall, you find that from 37.2% it reduced to 21.9%. I hope you have been clear with this particular measurement. So this is according to NSSO, that is National Sample Survey Organization. Okay, the report is from 2004 to 2011 and it has been shown in Economic Survey 2015 and 16. Then comes the state-wise measurement. Now to overall different state, how many percentage of people are under poverty. So here there is a distribution, there is a table shown to you about the we can say different percentage of population living below poverty line as well as the states. So when you come to less than 20, that is 0 to 10%, or less than 10%, that is Goa is been there, Kerala is there, Himachal Pradesh is there, Sikkim is there, Punjab is there, Andhra Pradesh is there. So these are the states which are having less poverty. Okay, when it comes to the like 10% to 20% of population, you find that Jammu Kashmir, Haryana, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, our Gujarat is there, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, Tripura, Nagaland, Meghalaya. So these are the, we can say, 6 to 7 states which are coming from 10 to 20%. So here you find that still it is less, or we can say compared to the other state it is less. Compared to the other states, like those who are having more than 20, like for example 20 to 30 is West Bengal, Mizoram, Karnataka and Uttar Pradesh. So these are the places where you find that more poverty is there, that is from ranging from 20% to 30%. And lastly, coming to the fourth, that is 30 to 40%, reaching to the 40%, that is Madhya Pradesh, Assam, Odisha, Bihar, Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh. So these are the 8, we can say near to 8 to 9 states which are having 30 to 40. Means it's a very big number of people who are not attaining their daily consumption, and that is according to the, you find that consumption their incomes are very low. Same way, you have to remember two main states, that is Goa with the lowest poverty, that is 5.09%, and highest poverty is there in Chhattisgarh with 39.93%. So this will be the important factor which might come in your examination as an MCQ purposes. So remember this table, and you have to go with this writing table also. So you find that below 10%, that is Goa, Kerala, Himachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Punjab, Andhra Pradesh. Then after 10 to 20, Jammu Kashmir, Haryana, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Maharashtra, Tripura, Nagaland and Meghalaya. 20 to 30, West Bengal, Mizoram, you find that Karnataka and UP. Then comes 30 to 40%, that is MP, Assam, Odisha, Bihar, Arunachal Pradesh. Then after you find Manipur, Jharkhand and Chhattisgarh. Ranging, the very lowest is in Goa and very highest in Chhattisgarh. Goa with 5.09% and Chhattisgarh with 39.93%. I hope you have been clear. So this was all about your absolute poverty, or we can say also called as complete poverty, because they are not able to earn that much expenditure, or how much expenditure should be done, or minimum expenditure should be done by the people for their living. If that much is also not attained and not spent by the person, we can say they are coming under poverty line. Now next class we'll study about relative poverty. About this, thank you. If you find any doubt, you can just call or message me. Okay, thank you.